What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we have Logan Gossett and his Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, and we're gonna do a behind the scenes of what our cameras are. So Logan, would you like to start?
Yes. Just explain my rig.
Yeah. What do you got?
All right.
And how much money did you spend?
So much.
Not really. You don't have to tell us.
So since we've done our last video, I'll spin this around here. I've added a V-mount battery here on the back, which that's removable right there, so I can swap those out.
Nice.
And it basically powers everything. Now I'm dumb and I forgot my cord that powers up here, but it actually powers this monitor right here for someone to pull focus on.
Awesome.
And then it powers also this motor right here, which does my follow focus. So I can focus it with this adapter right here.
Okay.
And then also just powers the camera itself. So now literally everything is ran from this battery right here on the back.
And what kind of focus puller is that? What's
So,
the brand?
This is a Tilta Nucleus N focus puller. It's wireless, and that's my favorite part about it, is that if I needed to, I could take this monitor off and have my focus puller out separately, my second AC, and he could just have attached this up here to the monitor and pull focus from afar and give the cameraman a bit more room to work.
Nice.
But either way, this is definitely a camera meant for 2 camera operators. Yeah, and then I got my matte box here that I've added on. It's got a little polarizer in here because last time I used this, I was using it shooting a car scene. So I left my polarizer on so that it doesn't catch any reflections on the windows.
What kind of lens do you have on it?
So this is a 35mm cinema lens. I also have this EF mount adapter, so now I don't run off a Micro Four Thirds, I run off a bigger mount. So, and the reason why is because eventually I'm going to trade out this 4K for a 6K, and it has an EF mount, so I want to be ready for that.
Is it a f1.4 or f2.8?
It is, ooh, let me see, I actually don't know. Go on this side. 1.5.
Nice.
It's a T1.5.
And
And
then
then,
some nice bouquet.
yeah, and then I also brought a 24 with me, which I believe that's a T2, or it might be a 1.9. We'll see. So, I believe that's everything. I got my matte box, I got my monitor, records to an SSD externally.
You talk about your cage?
Yeah, like basically everything here is Tilta. I love Tilta so much. Like honestly, they're the easiest to customize. This isn't even everything I want to get on my cage. So I also have this side focus puller that I'm gonna attach right here with the wheel on it so that I can actually eliminate this if I'm gonna do more run and gun setup. But like I really like Tilta because they're so easily customizable, and they also just look really nice. Like you got this handle up here that I can also take off if I want to. My matte box is also Tilta, then my Nucleus N. Pretty much everything that I build on my cage, I do in Tilta whenever possible. This one's different. This one's sub photo. It's on obviously a bit more off brand, but Tilta also makes V-mount battery adapters. They just actually mount below, and I don't like that because it made it a bit too tall for me.
Tilta is a little bit on the more pricier side,
They are.
but just remember, you're paying for quality. Tilta has great quality. So, you do have a small rig monitor mount right there.
I do. That's the one thing that Tilta doesn't do, which I wish that they would, is monitor mounts. But that is okay because this smaller monitor mount is amazing. Last time that we did this video, I had a ball mount, and I absolutely hate ball mounts. They're so loose. I feel like my monitor's just kind of wiggling all over the place. And so I got this one because it's a lot more firm. And also you got these holes right here that you can put an Allen wrench in.
Yes.
And you can use it for extra torque
Like
to turn
this.
it and really tighten it up. Yeah.
And you go,
And you got one too.
I do.
That's how good they are. We both know, like, this is a quality monitor mount, and they're cheap. Last time I checked, it was like $12 for something like this. It's really well worth it.
Just remember, although everything does sound expensive, this is a Pocket Cinema 4K, and those are very affordable compared to other cinema cameras. And this Pocket 4K with everything on there, I do not doubt that it is under $5,000.
That is fair. I think when I wish I had the time to figure this out, or I should have came up with it before I came here. I bet this rig right here, about 300, because the body itself I believe is about 1,300. That's what I got it for. So,
And they're a lot cheaper now with the new cameras coming out.
That is fair. That price might have dropped since I last bought it. My guess would be this is somewhere in the $3,000 range.
And it's hard to beat that. And you can also always buy used equipment to save you more on cost.
Yeah.
But
I will say I wish I didn't get the Atomos here. Because how much did this field roll cost?
So I guess we'll talk about this. So I have on mine, I have a small rig cage, and then I have a small rig top handle, and I also have a small rig monitor mount. So I don't have much else on my camera, but what I love about the small rig is that it comes with this little tripod screw mount thingy, whatever exactly it's called. I'm not sure, but you can screw your little screw with that, and it's magnetized on the cage.
That is nice. I wish that might.
And then, like we just saw, I have the Allen wrench that is also magnetized on the cage, and you just set it in there.
That's nice.
And you have it forever. So it's a lot easier to adjust everything. Once you have that, you can readjust your monitor mount and everything. So the monitor that I have is not an external recording monitor, but what it is allows you to watch your 4K footage on this monitor. And basically it's not a 4K monitor exactly, it's actually 1080p, but with the aspect ratio of this monitor, it looks 4K when you're looking at it. And it also goes up to more than 2,000 nits of brightness. So if you're in a sunny bright day, you're not gonna have a problem looking at this monitor. And it also has 2 battery mounts right there.
That's nice, the double battery mount. I wish I might have that.
And the thing about this is that even one battery already lasts more than an hour. So 2 batteries on there, you're gonna be almost 3 hours of screen time. And of course it all depends if you're out in the sun and everything, but this monitor was under $300.
That is so nice.
And they have a smaller version. This is a 7-inch monitor. Yes, 7-inch monitor. They have a 5-inch monitor and a 6-inch monitor that are actually cheaper than this one. And they still output 4K. So it's pretty affordable.
That's super nice, because like this Atomos right here, like this one's only 5 inches. Didn't yours also have an SD on the side?
I do.
For importing LUTs, I would assume.
Yes.
Which mine does the same thing, as I'm sure it does the same exact thing. But this one is only 5. This is a 5-incher, and it's still like over $300 just for this.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it just comes down to name brands, and it doesn't even have a double battery mount on the back. It just has a single one.
Yeah. The one thing though I do like about the Atomos is that their user interface is actually pretty amazing. You can pretty much touch anything on the screen that you want to change on your camera.
That's fair.
You cannot do that with this one. It just has its own user interface, and basically you're just outputting whatever your camera is recording onto here. So that's the unfortunate side, but if you're looking at cost, this is great.
Okay.
And Atomos is great as well. So, and the 5-inch is actually pretty affordable as well compared to the Ninja 5. Or
oh yeah,
that one's expensive.
The Ninja 5 I think is $1,500.
Yeah,
like
and that one records externally, so it's a different product for what you need.
They record the SSD cards now.
Yeah,
super nice.
but basically, I still have a f4 Zeiss zoom lens, 24 to 70, and this lens is actually pretty affordable. You could get it for under $800 new, and probably used probably a couple $100 less than new. So, and then what I do like, I do want to show off this Condor Blue HDMI cable. This HDMI outputs 4K video, so it's fast and it's super clear when you're using a 4K monitor. So that's something I would like to know. And it has a little springy.
That's honestly so nice.
Yeah.
It has that.
And
'Cause,
it's
like,
under $20.
Mine is not flexible
Yeah.
at all.
And that's the issue that I found out in the field. When I didn't have a flexible one, it kind of made it more difficult to handle your camera rig. So that's why I got this little flexible one, and I could also tuck it somewhere if I needed to or get it out of the way. And it's not that big, but it also expands to, I think I don't want to say 5 feet, but at least 3 feet.
They're crazy.
At least 3 feet. But yeah, these are our rigs, and we have the Blackmagic Pocket 4K Cinema, and then we have the Sony a7 III. Now Sony does not have raw output or raw external recording, but if you want something that does record raw footage, you would have to go with the Blackmagic. Now,
And this one does do it internally as well.
it does do it internally. It does have B-RAW, which is the new codec for Blackmagic, and I have edited B-RAW, and it is super smooth in Premiere Pro.
It is.
Yes, super.
That's the funny thing. I didn't know that Premiere came out with their update for it. Premiere used to not recognize it in any way, shape, or form.
So you have to download an external update from a plugin from Blackmagic to use it on Premiere Pro. But once you do that, it's like you're editing raw footage without any lag. But I mean, of course, you have to have a decent computer to handle all that.
But that's any raw footage.
Yeah, that's any raw footage.
Yeah.
But the B-RAW specifically is pretty easy to edit in. Easier than raw red footage.
Yeah, that's a higher compression.
You don't want to edit raw red footage because that if you don't have a super expensive computer, you're done. So, but yeah, this is our rigs. And then if you want to see the last video where we did the camera versus camera, be sure to check that one out. And this is our behind the scenes of what rigs we have. Thank you, Logan, for coming again to the video. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.